Well, really, with the explosion of mobile broadband, it's opened a Pandora's box for the operator. Historically, communication services were very regulated, very structured, and the services were easily controlled by the operator. Now we have the advent of the supermobile generation, where there's this tremendous richness of applications and services flowing across the network, essentially in complete chaos. To really deliver a quality customer experience to this new generation, the operator needs to be able to take that chaos and organize it and sort it and prioritize it and deliver all of the services and applications in very personalized, quality manners to each subscriber. For the supermobile generation, it's all about now and it's all about being intuitive. People today, they don't want to wait, they don't want to read manuals, they just want to dive in and they want a rich, instant gratification-based experience. I mean, we see this with Facebook and Twitter and just the entire way people communicate now. It's all about immediacy and it's all about getting what you want when you want it. This really applies in mobile broadband to visibility, control, and opportunity. Subscribers in this new generation need to be able to understand how the different applications and services they're consuming are using up their data bundle and how it affects them financially. At the same time, they also want to be able to set limits on the various types of usage. And this applies across sharing of balances across devices, family members, and social groups. In addition, this generation wants the opportunity to do impulse buying. They want to be able to decide on a moment's notice that they want higher bandwidth, they want to add a new type of service, they want to share data allowance with a friend, and the operator needs to be able to deliver that immediately and provide the instant gratification. So this new era really impacts the CSPs in several ways. First, all of the service delivery, all the charging, the policies need to be dealt with in real time. Again, it's all about now. In addition, the complexity of the processing is skyrocketing. Subscribers don't think in terms of megabytes. Back in the voice days, everyone understood what a minute was. If you make a long phone call, it's more expensive than a short phone call. When it comes to data services, subscribers think in terms of watching a movie, playing a game, being on Facebook for 10 minutes. They really don't understand how that impacts their data bundle. So to really be effective in the customer experience, the operator has to translate into the world the subscriber understands. And then finally, the volumes are just skyrocketing. Most operators are seeing the volumes of data double every 8 or 10 months, and we really don't see an end in sight. With LTE, it's just going to rise even faster, and that all puts tremendous strain on the infrastructure of the operators. Well, other vendors are asking operators to basically throw money at the problem, but that's not the answer. At MATRIXX, we've developed the first solution that enables subscribers to understand and control and manage their data services in real time. We call this the My Now experience. And this includes a smart application which allows the subscribers to see all of their usage in real time in terms they understand, like hours of Facebook, videos watched, games played, and how that translates against their data bundles and their allowances. It also allows them to control and set limits and notifications. In addition, the application provides the operator an e-channel to provide upsell and impulse buy opportunities to drive more revenue.
Well, I think the key thing is this is a capability that is very valuable today, but is going to get way more valuable going forward. It's an intuitive capability to an operator that they kind of need it, but they really haven't figured out how to use it yet. Most of the discussion now is how they use it to change cost, how they use it to do a little bit better operationally, but really the key to this is going to be the way real-time ultimately plays into the customer experience and into products and services that the telcos offer their customers. Well, several ways really, and I'll break it into two kind of categories. The first are categories that are obvious today and that people can go get. One is bill shock prevention. You see a lot of discussion about that in the news with There's always the example of somebody who has a 9,000 euro bill that got there by mistake and didn't realize they're doing it. A lot of the regulatory bodies, including the FCC in the US, have been on this recently. Operators understand that today. The other one in that category is the cost aspect and the performance of the current systems versus using some of the regular prepaid billing systems. There's a lot of server improvements, there's a lot of IT infrastructure improvements you can get out of it. I think the really valuable thing though is the next category, which are the values you'll find tomorrow. The first of those is really around understanding real-time customer information and how you actually change in your business processes to be able to make real-time decisions based on this information. And then the holy grail is how they ultimately use this to fix some of the problems they've got now with data monetization. You know, the real challenge in the wireless world today is how they make money off of this mobile data explosion that's going on. And I think real-time is a core capability to be woven into products and services to make sure they're actually monetizing it as best they can. I think the key shift is going to be when this turns from being a cost-based discussion as it is today to being more of a revenue-based discussion tomorrow. When that ultimately turns, you know, we see a buying cycle with customers where they're very interested in discussions, where they then start moving out and they start some pilots and different types of things. Then there's early projects, and then it becomes a core capability. We're fairly early in that cycle. We're still talking a lot about cost. As this becomes an issue where it is a core competency in products and it is a competitive necessity for wireless carriers to put in, that's when you see it move to the next step. Ultimately, this is going to be a very basic core capability for wireless carriers to compete with.